Get a little bit sentimental this time of the year, and I sometimes bore you with it. That's the price you pay for having me around, I guess, But I remember that lady I talked about at the beginning of the service who I said, please give me a chance. Little did I know that lady who would give me a chance, that I would do her funeral 30 years later, that I would baptize her grandchildren, that I would marry her grandchildren, that I would even baptize her great-grandchildren. And tonight, for whatever it is, one of her grandkids will sing "Oh Holy Night" like she has done for like the last 30 years. But that's what life is like about the journey. It's somehow learning how to say goodbye to those people you love, and at the same time learning how to say hello and be grateful for the gift of new life. And then all the things that happen to us in between. Because my guess is, for those of you who have been around for a while, that Christmas never stays the same. Over the years it changes. But some things do stay the same, at least for a while. And one of those things is taking the offering while Eileen sings "Oh Holy Night." And that's good. We'll continue with the offering.
Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Ever praise me, his
And so the theological question after a song like that is, do you clap or not clap? So it's kind of like stunned silence, and that was beautiful. Thank you very much. To me, one of the most amazing things about Christmas is thinking about those of you who come back. Those of you who come back to the place where maybe you were baptized or confirmed, or maybe you were married or found a word of hope. And I keep thinking of those of you that come back and are never too proud or never too busy to share your gifts with us, you know. Every Thursday night, Zach comes back and plays the guitar for our worship service. Every Christmas, Carrie and her family and her little orchestra back there, they come back and sing Jesu Bambino, another one of Mimi's grandkids who I talked about and gave me a chance. And then there are those of you who can't come back, but somehow you do come back spiritually. And I think of my young buddy Adam, and I think of my young buddy Jack Mitchell, December, who share the same birthday. I think of the people in our lives that have gone before, our spouses and our friends and our kids and our brothers and sisters who may not be here physically, but they're very much with us spiritually. And this is a time of coming back. And when the wise men went to the manger, they had these gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and then they knelt at the manger and they realized that this is not about giving Jesus gifts, it's about accepting the gifts that they've been given. The gifts that you have that you continue to share back with us. And so this is a very humbling time of the year. But it's also one of the best because we see when people give back, when people come back, they nourish us and make us better for what you have been. One of the greatest gifts of the Christmas season. And so our story ends with the journey of the wise men. Jesus was born in the town of Bethlehem. And soon afterwards, some magi who studied the stars came from the east to Jerusalem, and they asked, "Where is this baby to be born, the King of the Jews? We saw his star, and we have come to worship him." And when King Herod heard about this, he was very upset, and so was everyone else in Jerusalem. And he called together all the chief priests and the teachers of the law, and he asked them, "Where will the Messiah be born?" And they answered, "In the little town of Bethlehem. For the prophet wrote, 'Bethlehem in the land of Judah, you are by no means the least of the leading cities.'" And so Herod called the visitors from the east to a secret meeting and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. And then he sent them to Bethlehem with these instructions. Go, make a careful search for the child, and when you find him, let me know, so I too may go and worship him. And so they left, and on their way they saw the same star they had seen in the east. When they saw it, and how happy they were, the joy was theirs. The star went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. They went into the house, and when they saw the child with his mother Mary, they knelt down and worshipped him. And they brought out their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Then they returned to their country by another road, since God had warned them in a dream not to go back to Herod. We'll continue with Jesu Bambino. Carrie and her niece Emily and her son Grayson and her brother Jim. That was beautiful. Thank you very much. And so to you and to Mike and to Eileen and now the choir, we thank you so much for the gift of music this evening. You know, tonight as we leave this place, we're going to think of lots of angels. Because an angel is anybody who somehow touches you and makes you a better person. And let us remember that angels are born out of the dust like we are. And so often, without even trying, we can be angels unto somebody else. And that's the miracle and the joy of Christmas. We are blessed to have a great choir, and they're now going to sing the song, Still, Still, Still.
Dream.